Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
And we give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite sports icons and athletes. I'm Boom Gonzalez. It's Champions Night as we welcome the newly crowned kings of the PBA.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Well, history has been made as the TNT Tropang Giga have dethroned the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel for the PBA Governor's Cup in 6 games. Joining us tonight, looking nervous, I might add, are the champs, the 8-time PBA champ Kelly Williams, 2-time champ Glenn Combuntin, and 2-time finals MVP Mikey Williams. Gentlemen, congratulations. Welcome to the game.
Yeah.
I want to start off first with Mikey, because Mikey, I had to check a while ago whether or not you were still hot, because you were flaming in that last game. Just what does it mean for you to actually get this title against a Barangay Ginebra team that always had a never say die crowd behind them, and of course winning it in the way you guys did?
It was a tremendous challenge. We had our game plans, and we definitely had to execute it to our best ability. And fortunately enough, we were able to get it done. But I owe a great deal to these two over here. They definitely keep me sane, keep me ready, and just keep me locked in.
Glenn, anong pinakamahirap na part nung serye? Pag-uusapan natin mamaya, we'll talk about some of the parts of game 4, 5, and 6. Pero, in general, pagbabalikan mo, ano yung pinakamahirap na part nung serye para sa'yo?
Yung closing the game. Game 6 talaga yung pinakamahirap. Kasi you have the advantage, di ba? Pwede mo nang tapusin, pero yun yung pinakamahirap how to close the game. So, imagine mo yung Ginebra, they fought back naman every time, tapos lumamang pa sila 3 minutes, then your mind is, nag-work na. Damn, lumamang na sila. Paano na talaga yung ganun? So, still, nakuha namin. So, yung pinakamahirap talaga.
And of course, Kelly, you were part of a laundry list of injured players that missed out here for TNT. R.R. Pogoy, yourself, Chua. It just felt like things were not going your way on the health front. How did you guys mentally get through that? And of course, how did you psych yourself up? Because you knew, at least at the beginning, you were even 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it was weird how things happened. I went down in the quarterfinals. That was the day Poi came back. And then we lose Justin in game 1 of the finals. And then we lose Roger on the game I come back. And that's kind of been the roller coaster for our team since last year, really. But it's what our team was built on. That's what Chot built us for. And he's always been pushing, being versatile in adversity. And it showed up big for us here in the finals against such a strong team as Ginebra.
I gotta ask, does it get old? Well, for you, because, not you, but the celebrations.
That too.
Came from you, not from me, man. We've known each other for quite a long time.
I'm secure.
So if you feel that you're old, just imagine me, right? But the feeling though, the jubilation, regardless of the kind of challenges, because it's always different, right?
Yeah.
This one being your 8th. Take me through that emotion.
Definitely. It's almost cliche. It is cliche to say that winning never gets old, but it's really a different feeling every time. And this one for me is personally super special. And, just being able to be around these young guys, these young talents, watching them bloom and blossom not only as players but as men. It's really been I've been fortunate to be put in this position, and just tracking throughout my career, from my first one to this one, it's been different phases of my life and different chapters which make it special. But at this point, being 41, being fortunate again to be with such a outstanding corporation, organization, team, and coaches. I can't ask for more.
Glenn, English, kaya mo?
Tagalog, good luck.
Okay, sige. Okay, itong Barangay Ginebra, prior to this season, prior sa Governor's Cup, hindi pa sila natalo. Justin Brownlee undefeated in the finals. Did that play in your mind sa bagong finals, knowing that, okay, you're going to beat a team that has never lost in this scenario before?
Yan, naisip ko rin naman, pero sobrang trust kasi ako sa teammates ko eh. So, yeah. I have Mikey, I have Kuya Kelly going back. So, in my mind is, we need just to compete now. Every game, game 1, game 2, until the end. So, yun lang yung iniisip ko talaga since pag pumapasok namin sa court. So, isa-isa lang. One game at a time.
Mikey, you mentioned the fact that obviously everybody knows Ginebra is a tough out when it comes specifically to this conference. They are a tough out in general, but specifically for this conference, the media always talking about it from the start of the series to the end of the series. These are conversations that I'm sure you've had with teammates and friends and all that. What kind of mental challenges did you have to break through? Because and the reason why I'm asking this, because I know you said we're the team. I feel like we're the team that we can do this. We can beat them in this conference. What kind of mental challenges did you have to hurdle, and how tough was it? You know, when all the talk was about this is their conference.
It was really tough, especially when you're in the thick of it during the game. You're playing against 8 people. We're fighting against 5 great players who are well coached by Tim Cone, and then you got 3 refs sometimes that you don't really throw it your way most of the time. So you're constantly battling uphill, trying to just get one step above them each and every game. And that was a challenge in itself because each and every day they brought something different. With their game plan and then us trying to execute ours. But it ended up working out for us.
Kelly, before we go into the break, I want to ask you about Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, because you've seen a lot of great imports throughout your entire career. Yeah. He comes in as a replacement import and basically changed the game for you guys in the sense that your ceiling suddenly went up 100%. Can you tell us a bit about the impact he had and how important he was, especially during the hard times during the finals?
Yeah, absolutely. Rondae is a special player, not just in the sense of playing, but the way he came into the team. I think most guys in his position with his resume would come with expectations and the huge ego, but Rondae came in, he was willing to learn, he was willing to embrace our culture and learn us as individuals, and we just all formed a special bond with him personally. And I have so much respect for him, not only, like I said, as a player and knowing his resume, but for him doing that, and even for him and how he honored his own spiritual beliefs throughout, especially the tough grind of the playoffs. I don't know if you guys know, but he was doing his fasting throughout, right? And he was waking up game days 3, 4 in the morning, and to see him output so much effort and energy for the sake of us winning a championship is really commendable. So I got a lot of respect for him, and we all definitely appreciate what he's done for us collectively.
And then we won't end there because we want to pick your brain about your great import, obviously, for this conference. That happens after the break. Don't worry, our conversation continues with the PBA Governors Cup champs. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. welcome back. We're still watching the game, and we're still joined by TNT Tropang Giga's Mikey Williams, Glenn Cubuntin, and Kelly Williams for our special PBA Champions episode. Mikey, I wanted to piggyback on what Kelly was talking about when it comes to RHJ, because you said that you've observed, obviously, you've had time with him, and you said that you love his basketball mind. Can you expound on that when it comes especially to the finals and the situations that you saw him in and how he navigated through all of it?
It's definitely his basketball IQ that really, that I observed that really got me. He really knew the game in and out. Like, even when we were doing certain plays or certain defensive schemes, we would talk it out in the huddle and just try to figure out other ways to, execute it together. And he would lead that charge, just being in the middle with us, just making sure that everybody's on the same page. He was that type of leader for us, like down the stretch, especially the important games. Because most of the time when we're in the huddle, he really taught us to just be calm, everybody breathe, just relax, and let everything else just take care of itself. And once everybody started picking back up on that, everything just started really clicking a lot better, especially down the stretch.
Glenn, can you talk about yung intensity ni RHJ? Because if I'm not mistaken, this is his first pro championship in his career, and he really, really wanted this. He's mentioned it over and over again that this could be special for him. Nakita mo ba yun sa practice, in all your preparations, yung intensity na yun?
Sometimes hindi. Parang lang talaga siya, enjoying the game. But game time, mag-change talaga siya. Makikita mo talaga kung gaano siya ka-focus, gaano siya ka-ready, then the way he talks, right? Talagang mapapalisan ka talaga sa kanya, especially yung defense side. Grabe siya. So, for me, kasi siya sobrang magaan siya sa amin. Kasi talagang he's so happy every time, right? He's laughing, but game time,
Galit siya palagi.
it's different.
You can see the difference.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
It's like something clicks, and he's like, I think that's just the NBA side. It's just like he just knows when it's time to go. It's time to go, and he'll get guys locked in, and he goes into his zone, and it's. Initially, we were like, okay, should we talk to him or do we approach him? But then you just see, like, no, he's just intense, and even if he's yelling or whatever, he's really trying to convey, clear messages. And I think we really learned, I think, as players, as professionals, how it works, and just the mind of someone, like Mikey says, with such a high IQ in the game. Yeah.
I want to talk about the three-point shooting in this series. That's a wonderful topic. Well, Mikey, first of all, obviously everybody already talked about Game 6. But even in Game 4, obviously, when you guys had like 21 triples, right? I think you're the first one who has like 8 or more in a series twice. And anybody can jump in this conversation. What was the three-point shot? We've seen it as fans, but what was it like for you guys hoisting up all of these threes, especially GINEBRA wasn't, it's not like they were outdone. They had an 18 triple game, a 15 triple game too. This series was just, and I want you to chime in on this too, okay? Because you've seen the game evolve also to what it is now. Mikey, first you and your fiery hands.
One of our strategies was the coaches kept saying whoever wins the three-point battle will win the game.
Yeah.
And I think we just took that to heart, and we really just tried to hoist as much as we could, hoping everything would fall. And we kind of owe it to them, because that really was the focal point of what will help us continue to win.
Yeah.
So.
And just to put some numbers in that, I remember Game 4, you guys shot 48% from beyond the arc. GINEBRA shot 50%, but you shot more, and that was really the big difference there. But Kelly, I saw you attempt more threes than I've probably seen you do in a while.
Yeah.
Was that peer pressure because of these two, or what was it? What was that going through your head?
I think I just wanted to join in on the fun a little bit. And don't put up the percentages, but I learned today that I shot better from the three than I did from the free throw line. Don't put up the percentages. But
We don't have it, but we'll have it tomorrow.
Coach will talk about it.
Yeah.
No, it's been incredible to see. And like Mikey said, that was definitely one of the trends in this series. Whoever made the most threes, whoever rebounded, who had a higher percentage in offensive rebounding, that was kind of the determining factor on who's going to win, and it showed true up until the last game.
Glenn, and you know, now that you've experienced it, ganyan, and you're a two-time champion, and you're in the middle of all of this na ganyan na yung laro ngayon, what is your take on that, and how do you adapt to that, ikaw?
Kailangan kasi imagine mo, Roger Pugoy, Calvin Oftana, Mikey Williams, then if ako yung nandun sa floor, ako yung iniiwan nila sa 3 points, di ba? So,
Correct.
they playing sa percentage din naman, so I need to adapt, so I need to work hard every day. So, para makatulong din talaga sa kanila. So, when Mikey drive, saw me at the corner.
Yeah, take it. You gotta take it. You
Gotta take it, man.
So we know what you're gonna work on.
Yeah.
Even more so in the
That's
offseason
true.
now.
Take
Yeah,
it and
okay,
make
okay.
it. Well, we're not done with these 3 yet, because when we return, we wrap up our special champions episode as we look ahead to what's next for the TNT Tropang Giga. Keep it here. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're still watching The Game. We're still joined by PBA Governor's Cup champs from the TNT Tropang Giga, Mikey Williams, Glenn Cobuntin, and Kelly Williams. Gentlemen, thank you very much for all the time. I want to go to Mikey first because, you know, I want to talk about Coach Jolas in particular because it's his first championship. And, you know, it's been documented, the relationship that you've had with him throughout the season. And just the evolution of it and how it all ended up with that big hug at the last game. Could you tell us a bit about the journey that you've had with him, with the team, and of course how it's looking in the future?
You know, that's been a test in itself. You know, Jolas came in a little late, and you know everybody's already accumulated with Chop, but you know he has a strong personality. So like, you know, trying to balance that and get to know him as well, because I really didn't know anything about him. You know, it's been a real challenge, but you know we finally found some common ground to really, you know, grow a relationship and continue to get better each and every day. You know, each and every day we'll have a conversation here and there, some about basketball, anything, you know, and that really carried us a long way to finish out the season. And you know, it's going to continue to get better, you know, as we continue to learn each other and get to know one another.
Championship really helps.
Yeah,
I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
Glenn, ikaw, yung relationship with Coach Jolas, at anong natutunan mo, anong nakita mong diferensya? How did you get better also under him?
Una-una, mas madali kasi same province kami, so same language. So if he talks naman sa akin as a player talaga, kasi naging player din naman talaga siya, like mga point outs, offense or defense and everything. And so para sa akin, mas madaling mag-adjust din sa kanya. Kasi iba sila ni Coach Chot eh.
Yeah.
So Coach Chot is more, oh my gosh, I catch you. Then Jolas is more, it's like a player when he talks. So
Yes.
yeah.
And of course, Kelly, you know, you take a look at this entire team. You've seen this TNT franchise through so many different, I guess, editions, and you've seen championship teams come and go. Yeah. How excited are you for the future of this team, knowing that you got a lot of young guys coming in who can shoot the three ball really, really well? Yeah. You know, a new coach, a new championship coach as well, but then still the backing of, let's say, the old guard. How does this make you feel about the franchise, about TNT moving forward?
Oh, well, like we were talking about earlier, just the evolution of the game. That's something, you know, we're going to evolve, you learn, you adapt. But I think what's made Talking Tech successful over the years, that hasn't changed much. So you look back at the teams with the Jimmy Alapag, and Harvey Carey, Ali Peak, you know, Larry Fonachero, RDO. Those principles and the atmosphere really is sustained. So we have our group of guys to this day, just right here, you know, with Mikey and Glenn, guys with all the justification in the world to have large egos, but are willing to put it aside for the sake of winning. And in every team that I've won a championship with, every group, it's been that way. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited that I've had a chance to see Mikey grow as a man and dealing with situations with the media, all the off-court stuff and all the, you know, all the talks. He's been able to look past that and still perform. You know, I've watched Glenn grow as a player and into his role. I don't have to yell at him to stay in the corner anymore, right? He knows his role. He's one of the best at it now. And, you know, we have a team full of guys like that, Poi, to have that type of impact after having not played a whole conference.
Yeah.
You know, that takes a certain kind of commitment and belief in the team. And I can go down the list with all the guys and the players and the coaches, but we just
don't have
really
enough time.
We don't. Well, we have an amazing group, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. And I know moving forward, it's going to be amazing.
Don't have enough time, but you'll have other conferences to
Let's
do all
see.
of
Let's
these
see
things.
what
And by the way, I was just told your numbers are out. The percentages will be out
Don't
on
do
screen.
that.
No.
Don't do
No. We didn't get it. Congratulations, guys, for being champions, and thank you for being here. I scared you for a second. I scared you. Look at how red you are. And everybody, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Paolo De Rosario. This has been The Game.